Welcome to the Social Circle, where creators come together to turn ideas into impact and goals into a reality. I am Candace, and this is.
Jennifer, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're joining us. So happy to have you here, you guys. This is going to be a really good episode. I'm excited about it because it's something that, everybody who is trying to do anything with social media goes through.
Trying to sell on social media. How do you do it without being totally freaking cringy or too or too pushy and people don't want to buy from you?
I
And
think
it
there's a
this
separation between the two.
yeah, and this is something that is, Jennifer and I are still working on. This is a constant process.
Oh,
So
yeah.
these episodes help us a lot too, personally.
I feel very reminded of things and then very motivated myself to go in and try little tips that we offer as well as knowledge that we've acquired from the time that we've been learning all of these steps. Not a 30-day or even a 14-day, this is how you get it done. This is like a freaking, what is it? The Alcoholics Anonymous 12-step plan. Yeah, this does not happen in a very short amount of time. We learn these things, we screw these things up, and we come and tell you about it.
We live, we learn, and then we tell you so you don't make the
Yeah.
same dang mistakes. But
Yes.
since we're talking about being cringe, let's jump into our circle hack, Jennifer. And our circle hack, for those of you that don't know, is just a quick little tidbit that we like to give you.
Yes, and I think one that is extremely common one, a phrase that I've seen so often, and it just got tired. It felt pushy. Was here's my offer, go ahead and get it. Instead of doing that, guys, don't just tell someone what they should be doing when it comes to getting a sale. You just want to connect with the person. Say, hey, if this was something that resonated to you, I will go put something together that goes a little bit deeper. Here's where you're going to find that.
You
Just
know
give it
which
like
one?
that optional feel.
But do you know which one you said? I don't know if it was last week or the week before in the pod, but you said if you're nodding, if you're nodding at this post in agreement, make sure you hit that follow button
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
along those lines. And I think that is a great example. I love that example that you gave. I've been trying to
It's
use it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one because it's content that the viewer is watching. They're like, "Oh shit." And then you're calling them out for it in that moment. And they're like, "Oh my God, they can watch me." I just had this moment myself this morning. I was reading a thread from another creator and it was pointing out something, but they had the freaking name Jennifer in there. And I'm like, "That's me. They're talking to me."
You're
And
like, wait a minute.
I read every single thing because I'm like, they're pointing at me right now and I'm involved. I'm invested. I need to know more. And it was so personable and it resonated the whole message that they had. Whether that was intentional or I don't know, but it was very weird, but it felt very I had to know the rest of this story and how it goes and if
Right.
it's going to help me.
It's more like they're inviting you in
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of pushing you through the
100%.
door. Like a come on in and see what I have instead of a go check this out.
Yep, and that's that difference between, selling doesn't need to be pushy and cringe. I think I used to be that very, very pushy salesperson, and it was not good because I'm not a salesperson. I have come far from those days, I feel. And I think one thing that you can go try today is just tweak your wording, tiny little amount, taking out that demand of go do this now because I want you to. Instead, insert it into if you feel like you're called to it, go ahead and try it out.
Yeah. So how do we do that? How do we what makes a post feel gross? What makes it feel super salesy? And man, in the beginning, mm, I was actually funny story, not to divert a bit, but it has to do with this. So I was doing my Amazon videos yesterday in our Amazon storefront, and
I
I
saw.
saw videos from 2 years ago. Girl, y'all do not go to my Amazon storefront and look at those videos. I'm going to take them down this week because they're so bad. Just sounds salesy, like in my language, in the way that I'm talking to people, and I'm jumping straight into, you need to buy this. And it's just not,
Yeah.
it just felt salesy and cringy. And now it's
100
my own stuff.
In my world, how that worked out for me is that I was watching other people doing it who had already been through the experience of failing and
Hmm.
screwing it up, and now they know the right words to say. So I was at their 200th level and I was starting at my 1 level. And it just didn't jive. So it made me look like a pushy salesperson and a bad one at that. And I think that is where, if you're a beginner and you're not sure entirely how to move forward from, you don't want to be cringe, you don't want to be pushy, do the cringe crap. Be
Do
cringy.
it and get it out of the way.
Because, yeah, because your first 100 posts are going to be ignored, not going to be seen. You're going to learn why every one of those bad posts is ignored and not seen. And then you're going to tweak those things. You're going to change little things. You're going to test little things and you're going to improve. And that's the whole focus. That's the whole reason we have our community at the Social
Hmm.
Circle VIP, is to walk you through those steps, hold your hand if we have to, because we needed it ourselves. And we want to get you to that comfort zone of, I know what I'm doing. I feel validated in this. And it do the cringe stuff. It's going to suck, but you have to know how to stop being cringe, how to stop being salesy and pushy. And
Yeah,
that's how you learn to build that community versus be that pedal pusher of whatever product you're trying to push.
right. And how many people, Jennifer, have we talked to that
Ooh,
start out pushing a product or service that they don't 100% believe in,
yep.
but they do until you reframe it like, look at all of these other things you could do, the things that you actually enjoy. We've had so many clients and students that started selling a course or selling an MRR product or pushing some type of fitness program. But in reality, when they stripped all that down and realized this is not what I want to talk about for the next 3 years, 4 years, whatever, and realized the things that they enjoyed doing and talked about, it didn't feel salesy. It's not salesy. It's more like a story. And you're
Yep.
letting people into it's not an infomercial trying to sell you a course.
For sure. No, if it comes more from a natural place where it doesn't feel like when you're watching someone on the other side of the screen, you can tell how emotional they are because of just the whole vibe in the video. So it comes across the same way when it's being told to you to do something. And instead of just having somebody tell you this is the best thing, it's how you watch all of the Super Bowl commercials ever, right?
Mhm.
Any great Super Bowl commercial that has ever crossed our viewing area, it has been done with a more, oh my God, that's exactly how I do it in my house, or that's how I feel with my kids, or that's what I do when I go camping. Whatever those commercials are, right? I think Doritos is like very well known for how they promote. Sometimes it's stupid, but in a really good way. It's because
Yeah.
of they've been able to just be gentle about it. They're not trying to just push it at you. They're really getting into the masses of what people are looking for, and they're
Yeah,
digging underneath of it.
they're creating the storyline behind the
Yes.
product so it doesn't
Yep.
just feel like a product. Which,
Right.
I mean, that what doesn't feel salesy? That telling a story, connecting, connecting the dots for people to the offer. They would always
Uh-huh.
tell us in the beginning, "Oh, tell people how you started and then tell them you found this and blah blah blah," it's the same concept with anything. You're going to talk about the thing that's useful in such a way that it's going to help that person and tell
I
them
agree.
that through a story. How did it affect you? How did you do
Yeah.
it differently?
And it comes in different ways how you choose to do your storytelling. It all just builds up to who you are as the
Hmm.
individual who's creating the content, right? It you don't Candace and I are two 100% different people. And
Yeah.
it is Candace is very outspoken. Candace is very, I'm going to call her loud, but I love her for it. And I am very vanilla. I am very mousy. I'm very quiet. I think that the dynamic between the two of us and how we tell certain things is a very good example of how you can put yourself out there through your storytelling skills, and also be able to get people to leave those comments and say, I want more, and I'm going to go click because of what you're saying and how you're saying it. It comes across in such a way that just draws the people in. I'll be honest, I
Right.
was Candace. If she didn't have a magnet above her head, I would never have known that I was drawn to her, because when I first saw her in this community that I was a part of when she was in there too, I was like, that's the person I need in my life. right?
That's the yin to my yang.
That's the exactly. Um,
Yeah.
that's what that, energy connection is between telling somebody about something and wanting them to buy it from you, but
Yeah.
you're not shoving it in their face. You're just being you through how you share the information of whatever it is you're trying to tell people about.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I remember being told was you're already losing out because you have this coffee maker from Keurig that people just absolutely love, and you're telling them to go buy it from Kohl's, but you don't have a link, right? And it was something that you don't even think about talking to somebody when you're at the coffee shop and you're getting your drink and you're sitting down to catch up with your friend from wherever, and you both have kids, life is insane, and you're just talking up these really amazing classes that your kids are taking for learning karate, and you're like, I love this class, these kids are doing so great, and they're learning how to do self-defense, they're learning self-discipline, they're learning all of these great things that's changing their behaviors at home. I'm seeing and I'm noticing certain ways that they're reacting to me rather than what they used to be doing. And this other mom will be listening and be like, well, damn, I want that answer.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because
And
it
that's
just naturally flowed with however it was
right.
you were, whatever you were talking about.
Would you say that that's like a social proof? Like, I tried this and this will help you? Or is that more like an audience first type of message? So, like, social proof would be like, I got this cup and it keeps my drinks cold,
Yeah,
right? Or you need this cup because your drinks will stay cold. That would be audience first, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Messaging.
I would agree with that.
That's just a couple of other ways besides telling your story. Make them feel like they're in the story. Make it feel
Yeah.
like it's them.
Right. That was something that was ingrained in my brain as well when I was first understanding how to do storytelling, how to speak to an audience of people that I want purchasing something from me. It was all about how can you build them that value by connecting to them first? Do you even know who you're talking to with what you're saying first?
Right.
That's the step that you got to figure out. If you can connect to the people that you're trying to get to buy from you, then you're golden, right? You can get
Right.
80% of the way through it. And the last 20% would just be working on the skill of letting them know that you've got a thing, not pushing it,
Hmm.
not forcing your hand to. I think one thing that I was seeing was people were giving like giveaways, Amazon gift cards. If you wanted to get more followers, you ought to be doing a $100 gift card giveaway during Christmas
Right.
season.
That
I'm
was a
like,
big thing in the beginning. I
yeah, it was
remember
like,
3 years
but
ago.
I would love to do that, except that nobody's watching me to begin with the rest of my content. Like, so I can tell somebody that I've got this really cool giveaway, but I don't have
Right.
anybody to talk to. So how do I get that? That's what I want first.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to help you guys do. You have to understand that connection between, and it's going to come because you guys are going to screw up at first.
Oh, yeah. And
I hate to
hey,
say it, but that's the
great
truth.
example of somebody that gives away stuff, tons of stuff for free, and then gets their flowers at the end. Alex Ramosi. Alex
Yeah.
Ramosi had a record breaking weekend, people. The man sold more books.
Oh my
He's
God,
in
his new
the
book.
Guinness World Records now.
Yeah.
All because and I've read a lot of comments and a lot of things from people and the resounding messages, well, he gave away so much for free first.
Yep.
He gave away so much for free first that I've got to read this book.
Yeah.
That that's it. That's it right there. That's the golden ticket.
Well, that's the key, and that's where I'm seeing a lot of other creators. That's their way of putting the money in their pocket is that they're giving out that free stuff. Like free samples are a must when you're trying to do anything.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get people to come inside your store. You have to stand outside your store to tell people what you offer so that they know and let them walk away home with it. And
Yeah.
it's same as brick and mortar business, except now you're transferring that knowledge into social media. And un- there's some weird, I don't know what it is. I don't know the science of it, but there's some weird unexplicable thing with cameras in your face and you're trying to sell something that you just become this weird alter ego that
Right.
has
Even
to
when you're
feel
alone.
salesy, even if it's just
Even when
you.
you're alone and there's a camera in your
Exactly.
face.
And the thing is it's I'm coming from the space of I never really had like I had a Facebook page and a MySpace and all that stuff, but I
Yeah.
didn't use it. I watched other people from it. I was the consumer. Now I'm training myself to be the producer and to understand. And in order to do those things, I had to do the crappy videos and I had to push the thing that I was trying to get people to buy because from what I was learning, that was the way to go. But the reality is, give as much as you can in order to receive first, right? I think
Yep.
it's a biblical phrase, and I'm not a Bible person at all, but I think the best gift is to give rather than to
Yeah.
receive or something. It's like the feeling at Christmas time. You're so excited to give the thing to the person that it's intended for because you put so much thought and feeling behind the gift and they open it and it's the sheer joy that just
Yeah.
rewards you. And you're like, that's what I'm here for. That's why I do what I do.
Hmm.
And you might get the next best Christmas present that you never would have expected. And that's your payday, but you don't expect it. Now, the people
Right.
who come in and they're like, I have to have this payday right now, here and now, or I'm dying, I'm dead, it's over, I can't do anymore. You're not going to go far. It's going to hurt and be hard for you.
Yeah. It's 80% value and
Yep.
then 20% offer. Just keep that 80-20 rule, like you
Oh,
said.
yeah.
That
Yep. That's,
80% give value, give free stuff, teach people, educate, and then 20% is your offer. And that you can do that in tons of different ways, but just think
oh,
of it
yeah.
that way.
I
Like
think I want to highlight if we can move into our social spotlight. We've got somebody we want to point out is a mentor, actually, is Gwen. She is popping up all up
Guinevere
in my feed.
Stasio.
See her reel about, I think it's a cortisol product. And it's always starting, she's in the shower and she's just living her daily life. She's getting her clothes, she's getting her coffee, going out to get the UPS truck, coming back in, opening the product. And it's like a voiceover. And this is one that I love because it's not, look at me, this is a product that I buy and you should buy too. It's a, today not knowing how today was going to be, or it felt like today was just going to be a really crappy day because it's always been a crappy day and I do these things to get ready and all this other stuff to be normal throughout the day, but I still don't feel right. And then I found this. And it's just the way that she's carrying the story. It feels so like that's like me. That's how my brain triggers it. And I look at it and I'm like, I need to know more because I'm seeing how she is in the video. I'm hearing what she's saying and I'm wanting to just instinctively say, let me click and find out. And
Right.
she never once told me, go here and buy this. Not
Yeah.
ever one time. And I love that kind of storytelling sales post because it's a involving me in just the mundane, boring crap that we all live
Yeah.
in and explaining this is how she's able to heal herself. And I'm like, probably need, I didn't even know I was like that. I probably need to look at that. And again, there was
Right.
not one forcible, you need to go here and buy this here. It was more on the end of it, though. The call to action was more like, if you did want to know, message and find out or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's very, very good way. I don't know which one you're pointing out, but I just
I was
that
going to
one more.
point out the video where she's explaining becoming an entrepreneur, and she just talks about how she had to take her kids out of gymnastics and her husband
Oh,
was working two jobs, and like that struggle of playing credit card roulette. And like it really makes you feel at some point in that circle, like, oh, that's me. And it
yep.
just makes you want to listen and then find out what her product is. So similar, same wonderful storytelling content.
And
We'll
how did she
drop
get
that.
there?
Yeah. And drop that in the show notes, Old Gwen's info, so you can look her up, but she's awesome. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point. Inside the VIP circle, we've got a making money from your content section. Tells you stop sounding salesy when you sell. And it's got examples out there for your Instagram stories, your short form videos. If you have an email or a blog, all of that stuff is right there for you inside of the VIP circle in our step 5, selling without feeling salesy and
I'm
making
not
money
saying
from your content.
check it out because it's something that you're missing. I'm saying check it out because there's information in that that is highly recommendable. And I feel like I learned from Candace so much in the journey that we've done to get where we are now. And the information put there for you guys is because we've stood on the backs of giants, right? Everybody else that we've learned from screwed up, made these same mistakes that we made, and we're just packaging it up for you because you're probably out there trying to find answers, and it's just so all consuming, all overwhelming. What analysis paralysis trying to
Oh,
find the
yeah.
right answers.
Imposter syndrome and analysis paralysis. There's
It's
so
all
many different
there.
emotions. And it's on any given day. So we get,
We
we
get it.
feel you. We've been there. And there are some days that we're still there. So it's okay.
No lie.
But that's why we offer these things inside of the VIP circle. And listen, if you're not ready to join our school community yet, which I don't know why, but if you're not ready to do that yet, we are getting ready to come out this week with a guide that tells you how to make social media work for you and not the other way around. It tells you how you go about creating content and then monetizing it. So if you're not ready to join the school community, make sure you come back and grab our free guide that we're going to have out. And we'll also put that in the show notes.
Right on. Check it out, guys. I highly recommend that if you know anybody who does need the information that we talked about today, share this with them. If you want some more information, you need to hit subscribe because we'll be coming back every week with these kind of shows. Lots of information, lots of helpful tips, stuff that you can walk away with today and go try. And I want you to come back and I want you to drop your results. Let us know how you did in the comments below. If you went and tried some
Yes.
of our calls to action, some of our ideas, right? Instead of being too salesy, let's try it this way.
Yeah, come
I
over to our YouTube and drop it in the
check it out
comments.
for sure. Check it out. Let us know how that goes. And if you are not already, please hit subscribe. If you are interested in following for more information on our Instagram page, it's a new page and it is at the Social Circle VIP. We have been working diligently trying to get that out there and check us out inside of our community on School, guys. It's a great platform. It's very simple. It's
Mhm.
very easy to follow, easy to navigate. We're there all the time. We're on it. We're available. And just let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys, for joining us. I really am glad you were here today.
Have a great week.